You know what really killed me? Sorry, I know you're about to do your intro.
It's fine, it's
You
fine.
know what
This
really
can be
killed
the
me?
intro. You know what really killed you, yeah?
Oh. This is that time that was at round three when you rolled the two disrupts on the X-Wings. Only because you had no more cards to reroll, so you were gonna take those.
And
And I had the two money, so I felt like I was like forced to play the Jedi mind trick, which I probably should have just kept
you
it and
should have
just.
just kept it. Was so much value against a support
But I
deck.
was like, I can save myself damage this turn because you had the one focus out there, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, and you're gonna disrupt me anyway. But I think the card would have been just more valuable.
Yeah, just
Like,
keeping the card in hand. Like, from my perspective, I got pretty lucky drawing that mind trick when I did, because otherwise I was very
yeah,
scared Rookie Part was also going to die at that last round.
yeah. My second one was buried. It was like at the very bottom.
You still had 10 cards left, right? I only had five.
Hmm.
You didn't, you kept a couple of
Yeah, no,
draws of
yeah,
cards.
I drew my next five, and I had like a couple one die removal in there, and that was it.
You also got kind of stuck just protecting a 10 health character, which is definitely one of the weaknesses of the old decks.
Yeah, and normally you don't have to. You can shield up enough to where that's fine, with like his specials and stuff. But I don't know. I was really I wanted to get a second redeploy on him before. I didn't need to do, but that dagger was like super tempting.
Yeah, I mean, you only needed the one because you ended up discarding the Yoda's Saber, right? But I mean,
Hmm.
usually Hero Blue doesn't make money, and it needs it's to keep its value when it does.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I have exchange of information, a card like you never see played in there, just because it's like that rare blue give money card.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and you can kind of hide your tricks in this deck because I have lightsaber mastery, so it's like, what are you going to put under there type thing. But mm, hopefully,
Anyway,
I'll get it.
we should probably. Yeah, do you have your deck? All right, great. I'm trying
I
something
actually,
very, very experimental because no one even knew if this deck was good because it got nerfed like 3 weeks in.
so this is actually the character I thought you were gonna ban because this would have hit two of my decks. This would have hit the Infest deck as well.
I didn't think about that, but I'm also very not scared of the Qui-Gon, I'll be honest with you. As someone who plays Qui-Gon, I'm not scared of Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah,
Um, but we'll see, because Qui-Gon can be very scary when, I'm playing this kind of deck. Like, I thought to
mm,
myself, Unkar might be really, really good against a lot of the new decks coming out because costs of things are very expensive now. And Unkar's whole thing is about
if I would have played
costs.
my yeah, if I would have played my Beckett thing, my Beckett deck where I'm playing because I play him with like nothing but expensive stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, it would have been amazing.
Mm. Oh, sorry. I agree. See, this is where I resaved this deck because if you remember, I uploaded it without the Path Mastery plot, and then I resaved it. But of course, this one was saved in my Invitational folder. I found I did have an Invitational folder, but I only had three of my decks in there. But
Oh,
I never moved the save one over. So give me a second.
it's just Path to Mastery, right? That's the only.
Yeah, it's the only thing is Path to Mastery.
Yeah.
See, I was at the weekend that it was due. I was actually at a family funeral
This is for later.
until like late that Sunday night, so I hadn't uploaded anything. So I uploaded like seven really quick at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I got home, and then he let me get my last three in like that Monday. Um, and I must have just saved it without putting Path of Mastery in there. But it was like I said, I had it in the title.
I mean, technically, if I get a crime lord, he's gonna have a problem. But otherwise, yeah, promotion, laser pistol, double best defense. Double best defense
I
isn't
want
great here.
this.
I
It's
don't
not gonna
have
go.
much removal in this deck, and I need every bit that I
Put
have.
four back.
So getting three of it here is not great. I was hoping for an Imperial Inspection though, because Imperial Inspection would ruin him, because I'd be able to bounce the upgrades. I only have like 8 removal, and I've dropped 3 of them, so. It's been a long time since I've played Thrawn, even though he's been available for pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, I love that Ultron.
All right, I've just thought about the fact that this is probably really stupid because you get to choose the battlefield, and having my battlefield is very good for me. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go with this guy, unless you have your shields.
Thank you so much for the shields.
You're welcome.
All right, good luck, have fun.
All right, well, we're gonna start it with I am going to get started with the power action. This to override this. This. 3 shields.
Very good start. Very good start. I'm going to play this promotion. Thrawn, we love that you're here, buddy.
And then let's get our money back.
I'm going to call 0 and hope you got a 0.
I've got some good zeros.
Grow Beyond, Resilience. Ooh, great stuff there. The Grow Beyond can get you a tar training right immediately, which is terrifying.
Yeah, that's normally the turn 1 play. If you can get it, override this with the power action on the battlefield to get 3 shields, get your money back, and then play it right back.
And the other cards are one cost. And the other cards are 1 cost, so Unkar's not very happy today. We get rid of the Grow Beyond for sure.
Okay. Seems good. And then 2 money and 2 disrupt, huh?
1 disrupt.
Oh, 1 disrupt, yeah. Let's go ahead and play this right now then.
We are going to go ahead and take that 2 money.
Okay. Drop my resilience.
And drop a blaster pistol.
Interesting. Blaster pistol with command as your battlefield, huh? I like it.
What's so special about that, sorry? Okay.
No, I was just saying because you're playing like a damage upgrade, but you had like a mill battlefield.
Yeah, well, okay, the entire reason is because the blaster pistol is like the best sides for Unkar, for a 1 cost.
Remove any number of your dice. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. I don't know if removing 2 of your dice for that is going to be worth it. Let's see.
Not if you roll big damage. Okay. He doesn't like you. This blank. This 3.
Sure. Let's go and put 2 in the Thrawn.
We'll use Unkar's action to remove these 3 to discard that last card and get 1 resource.
Sounds good.
Speaking of blue never having money. Like, make no mistake, Unkar's action is really deadly. The action economy of turning anything into a discard plus a money is genuinely good. And then anything beyond that's amazing. Okay, so you're going to re-roll a whole bunch?
Power action did this. This.
Re-roll.
I'll re-roll both of these.
Up to 2 times.
And then I'm actually happy with that.
Yeah, I can see why you might be. That's a really good set of roll there. I'll play a salvage stand.
After what is this? Oh, that's cool. Let's go to the 3.
Yeah, I was going to say the 4 for 1. It doesn't make a ton of sense here. I'll take another resource.
3 in the Thrawn.
I'll claim, to be honest with you. I'll let you have the money.
Take the buff and pass.
I'll discard this best defense. You have to throw it anyway. Alright, Crime Lord, buy out. 2 great stuff here. Alright, we are going to start with Thrawn. I'm going to call 0 again.
It's pretty rude of you. 4 0 cards.
Wow. Wow, okay. So you can play the Ataru, and then you can grow beyond another Ataru. Do May the Force be with you. 4 zeros, eh? I'm just trying to crime lord this guy, right? The alternative is like I'm hitting for like 12.
So many good choices.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna hit the removal.
Okay. I feel like you plan on following it up with a probe, so we're going to play this right now.
Well, that makes sense. Except for the fact I don't play probe.
Can you still hear me?
Yep,
I can't hear
I can
anything
hear
from
you. I'm just thinking, sorry. Can you not? On Discord. Hello? Discord seems happy on my end. I'm gonna press the save button just in case. Are you sure you can't hear me? So my entire thing here is that Unkar needs to live. If Unkar lives, I win the game.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I've always been able to hear you.
Oh, you've been able to hear me the whole time? Alright, I can hear you now.
Yeah, alright.
Weird. Alright.
So unfortunately, Jedi Temple needs to be played to do all of that. I need to live. I need to get to money. I can get to the money almost certainly with these focuses. DH17 doesn't matter. Just a question of how much damage am I going to take. I plan to play the best defense. I can override the DH17. I'm going to go crazy. I'm overriding the DH17 for a Crime Lord.
There we go.
Let me roll out Unkar, because I was thinking I could just roll out instead, not do the whole Crime Lord play, and then if the salvage stand hits, you can't play out the other one.
Yeah, I'm playing this over here.
Makes sense.
Makes sense since you
Makes
dropped
complete
a Crime Lord.
sense. Alright. We focus to the 2 money side. He can't let me take a 2 money side, really.
Let's re-roll that.
We focus to a 2 money side.
That and that.
Oh, as if it was showing reroll, right.
Mm-hmm.
That works out for you. And you may reroll them again.
Let's re-roll that one.
All right.
Ooh, that's no good.
Not the best. But I don't have a raw to resource side on that. Focus to the one resource and the +2. We're trying to win the game.
Yeah, I think you might.
We Jedi Temple best defense. Yeah. Remove to get 1 shield on Thrawn, and then we're gonna remove this die, and re-roll that. Okay. Because you do have a contentious, so if I remove the die, you can just roll it back into the pool. So, although I suppose this way you re-roll both, and that gives you. Yeah, maybe I should have just removed them, regardless.
Yeah, so
I also need to take the damage from the best defense, of course.
Yes. I'm rolling in Qui-Gon again.
Alright, that does get you the kill on Thrawn. So I'll take my 3.
Let's go 3 there.
The Crime Lord, the Qui-Gon.
Sure.
After this round, he dies.
And this round he dies.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Swap 1 for 1. And, I could have totally stopped that. Why didn't I stop that? Whatever. Pass. I'm bluffing. I couldn't have stopped that. There was no chance.
I will power action Qui-Gon. Take $1.
I pass. Why didn't I play the doubt? I was so focused on killing Qui-Gon. I mean, I get it. Killing Qui-Gon's very good. Yeah, and then I doubt that to reroll. Nice. Yeah, as I'm saying, I could have totally doubted and just tried to save myself, but I didn't even try.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 Unkar versus 1 Terra.
It's gonna be an exciting into the game. Darn it, man.
There is still very much a chance you can win this game.
Yeah, I was just hoping to get to a resource side this turn so I could play.
Grow Beyond.
Grow Beyond before he dies, but I don't think I can. Do I care about you on the battlefield versus? I don't need the 2 shields, but I also don't really need the 1 shield from this. It's like, ugh. It keeps the shield off of you though, so I'll claim.
It's also a reroll.
That's true.
Now, who's my...
Should have gone for Unkar first. That's what happens when you don't look at people's deck lists.
Yeah. To be fair, I had 2 best defenses in my hand, so I was keeping them unless you killed Thrawn.
Okay.
Go ahead. There's still a very good chance of you winning this game, but killing Qui-Gon feels good. Because, yeah, you have those are problems. Imperial Inspection. So this is the old Imperial Inspection, which means it does what it says it does.
After one of your dice rolls a disrupt, you may exhaust the support to return an upgrade in play. Costs 2 or less to its owner's hand. Oh, interesting. I don't even remember how it was nerfed, so...
It set itself aside after use. That's how it got nerfed.
Oh,
because it was decided that a 0-cost card that does a Disrupt 2 every turn is broken.
yeah, that is kind of a little bit bonkers.
The problem is they hit Imperial Inspection and they raised Unkar's costs by 2 at the same time. And so, like, we never really got to see just how bad this could be, you know?
Sure.
And even though I could roll out here, I want to play my Chance Cube.
Yeah, and before this goes back into my hand, I'm going to resolve 3 damage.
Absolutely. And I'll activate Unkar. And I'll pay the 1 for Chance Cube. And I got my Disrupt, so Imperial Inspection will put the target back into the hand, and this is a cock die.
That's so busted.
It is.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was intrigued by these game rules, but I didn't play. There's not a single. Well, I guess you can consider this as nerf because it was added to the restricted list, but like I don't have any nerf decks or anything like that. It's all just like stuff that was like straight up. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so the way Rebel Trader explained this was a tournament for the best of the best old decks, right? So if you're not bringing the best of the best, I will discard and I will re-roll my 3.
Yeah, but I mean, is it really best of the best whenever like a deck was like nerfed, you know, weeks after it was released? It was just that they overlooked
Yeah, so this is why this is why I asked him, and he said that this was fine.
I know, but I'm like, but like now we're praising decks that never like a lot of them never even really saw glory, you know, because it was like, oh, it was just an oversight. It was never meant to be like that type thing. It was like,
well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it came out. So Unkar Imperial Inspection was in Spirit of Rebellion, right? It was with Empire at War Thrawn that they decided to make the nerf.
Yeah.
So they released Thrawn, and then we played it on TTS for like a month straight. Well, we played it for like a month, and then it took like 3 weeks. It won a Prime or 2, I think, and then they came down with the nerf bat on it. I think it's not. I think for. Oh my god. I think from Rebel Trader's perspective, it's not so much the value of this. Because it was on TTS for a while, he thinks this is perfectly valid sort of thing.
Okay.
I'm going to focus, I think, to the 3.
Let's power action this and re-roll the Chance Cube die. Did you pay the 1 when you rolled it?
I did. That's why I only have 1 resource. I'll take my 4.
Sounds good. I will. Discard this
take a lot of damage here, guys.
To reroll all these.
I'll pass. Maybe I shouldn't be keeping this buyout.
2.
I'll pass. I don't particularly want to reroll a Chance Cube when you've got you've got a reroll side showing like that. Although I suppose all of your dice could show reroll if you wanted. Okay, that's more like it. I'll discard, I'll reroll. Okay, I get the money back. And take the resource.
Power action him.
And I will claim. So with buyout, the idea is that I can spend like 10 resources to discard 10 cards. And just really put pressure on him. Or I can, you know, Crime Lord. I am threatening Crime Lord every turn. Though he might have like Jedi Mind Trick and stuff. None of these cards are helpful. That is the problem. Throw on death. I am going to start with a rollout, and I will pay the 1. I rolled a resource, so Salvage Stand will remove a resource from you.
Not there.
What does he have in his deck list? Does he have something that could beat this? I mean, I've seen a Balance of the Force already, right? You've seen both those Mays. A Way of the Force would be expensive, but it would work. I will power action the Jedi Temple, playing an Electroshock on one of those, and I'll reroll this die.
Okay.
Nope. The reroll's very relevant. I will discard and I will reroll all 4. Oof.
Okay. It's power action.
Mm-hmm.
Reroll this and this.
Alright.
And I'm good with that.
Alright. He doesn't like you removing these.
Okay. Let's do 1.
I will resolve 7 resources. Six plus 7 is 13, yeah.
Right.
I will buy out for 12.
What does that do?
For each resource spent, discard the top card of your opponent's deck.
Oh, that's my whole deck.
Yep. So that's what this deck did. It tried to like control the hand, control stuff, and then like buy out for $1 billion.
Sure.
And then the Crime Lord was the alternative victory condition. Now Vibronoclus show up.
Let's roll out the student.
Let's activate Unkar, and I will pay the 1 from Chance Cube. I rolled a resource, so Salvage Stand. And I could Imperial Spectre my own Chance Cube, but I'm not going to.
Let's pay 2 for Sanctuary.
Ooh,
remove that.
Yeah.
And re-roll this.
You have to re-roll 2 dice, right? Because you paid 2.
What's that?
It's equal to the cost. It's not up to, so you got to re-roll another die as well.
Do I?
Yeah. Reroll a number of dice equal to that card's cost. So Sanctuary was 2 costs, so you got to reroll 2 dice. So what other die do you want to reroll?
Do Chance.
Makes a lot of sense. Well then. I will use Unkar's action on that Chance Cube. Please discard a card from your hand. And it's a 0, so I get no money.
Activate big boy here.
Even worth playing this card? Not really. I mean, Houndstooth's a very good card, but like, it's late. gets me shields. Shields is good. That's fair. Let's try and hit another card.
Oh, is it just an action?
Yeah, power actions didn't exist back then. Okay. Oh, you had 3. Of course you did, because the third one was from the path.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play a Houndstooth.
Okay.
Okay.
Action. Resolve this guy.
Rerolling up to 2 times. I will electroshock the 1 melee.
Okay.
He's discarding. I'm not removing 2 dice this round, but he's discarding.
Man.
I'll roll in the Houndstooth.
I will claim.
I will discard to reroll the Houndstooth. And I will use the Unkar action.
GG's, man.
Good game.
Man, that was busted. These 2 supports out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like brutal. Disrupt and popping my I couldn't even play abilities. Like, it's like if I play the ability, you pop it. If I don't play it, you just disrupt me and I can't play it afterwards.
Yeah, you had a fantastic opening, and if I hadn't have got that Crime Lord off, I was absolutely dead. The fact that I got the Crime Lord off saved me. I mean, I could have buyed out you for like 15 on round 3, but like it wouldn't have mattered. I would have died.
Yeah, I only had damage removal. I can only remove a die showing damage, so I couldn't get rid of the crime.
Yeah, if you can get the thing is against this deck, if you can get to the expensive stuff like a Grobion turn 1 with an Ataru Mastery is massive against me. But like
turn 2, this was the only removal I had.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I technically I could have paid 2 just to remove the 1 die. Probably would have been.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had the money though.
Yeah.
I didn't have the money.
You didn't have the money.
I spent all the money
You played the other Ataru, so you didn't have the money.
Yeah, I should have just saved the money and done that. It would have been worth it in the long run.
I think a lot of this came down, honestly, to you just not knowing what this deck does.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't take the time to. I didn't take the time to look over any. I looked at the character pairings, but I didn't look over any of like the builds on the decks.
Yeah, because if you'd have known that, if you'd have started turn 1 and if you did exactly what you did, but put all of the upgrades on Terra, I would have been screwed.
Oh, because then like you have to kill Terra first, or you kill Qui-Gon and then I have a fully loaded Terra type thing.
Yeah, exactly. That Ataru Mastery is something I can't really handle. The weakness of this deck is it does not have good removal. It has electroshocks, it has he doesn't like you, it has best defense, and it has doubt.
No, you have no problem removing. You removed a ton of dice. Best defense, he doesn't like you's removed everything. Electroshocks. Like,
yeah, but compared to the nowadays, where you've got commands, headstrongs, you had entangles back then, into the garbage chutes, easy pickings, way of the Jedi. My only multi-die removal is the best defense.
Yeah.
And so I had no way of dealing with a fully loaded Qui-Gon other than just magically killing him with Crime Lord.
Yeah, and like I said, I spent all my money, so I had no money for removal because, like I said, I could have. This would have. I would have gladly paid 2 to get rid of that and keep Qui-Gon alive for another round.
Actually, I don't think you had that round 2 because round 2 is when I killed him, and Thrawn looked at your hand, and I discarded the only removal from it, which was.
I had the 4 zeros. That's right. I had
4 zeros that round.
Yeah, this was round 3. I drew into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I had 1 removal and you got rid of it. It was the reroll removal.
Yes. I was like, Grobion is going to be terrifying here, but I need to just go for this all-in play right now.
Yeah, the other thing I thought about doing, which I could have, and it probably still wouldn't have helped that much, was I had resilience, and resilience is not unique. So what I was really thinking of doing, but again, I messed it up because I played that second Ataru training over here. What I could have done is I could have saved my money, overrode Ataru Mastery with the resilience just to put it in the graveyard, and then
Ooh.
I could have played Grow Beyond from there to put it on him.
Ooh. That would have been spicy.
Yeah, but I had already committed all my resources to upgrading him, and I don't know if you had the Crime Lord out yet. Whenever I did that, I think you dropped the Crime Lord after the fact.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you didn't drop Lord turn 1, did you?
No, it was a turn 2 play.
Yeah.
Because
And you
typically
didn't play until after
because
you rolled him
typically
out.
what
You
you're
did his
actually
things. Yeah,
typically
and I
what you're
played my
doing
stuff
with
right
Crime
away.
Lord is you're waiting for a time when Thrawn can see that there's no removal left in hand, and then you're acing the holding it, so you don't have to play the card. That's what you're trying to do with Crime Lord.
Mm.
Um, and it was kind of funny because you actually
I mean,
had your
yeah,
rerolls were actually a
playing the
nightmare to
card's
deal
fine too.
with.
Yeah, playing the card's fine too, though. Just because even if you're not going for the special anymore at the end game or something, like the dice sides are great for his actions.
Yes, yes. It's so
But
here's
yeah.
the thing, right? This deck is limited to the first 3 sets, and I think this is like the only deck in the format, pretty much, that is perfectly happy doing that. The Sabine Ezra, I think, would rather go into legacies at least, so there's 4. So yeah, this is
Hmm.
my earliest deck, and yeah, it did
Yeah,
get heavily
I was
nerfed.
gonna play, yeah, I was gonna play Jin Kaz this game.
Hmm.
Um, OG Jin Kaz, the original ones, not the spy ones.
Oh, that's what it was. I
'Cause
read Jin Cast and I assumed it was the
could have been
spies.
decent with this. Yeah, I think it could have been decent with this. Not only just for the action cheat kills, but also just for the action cheat. I'm gonna hit your hand for 3 or 4 cards.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Um,
Like, you got.
but
Yeah, we got to remember as well
I'm not
that
gonna
Thrawn
lie.
Unkar was
I
in a
wasn't
meta
expecting
where,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've got this disruptive stuff, but it was also in a meta where action cheating was everywhere, and they'd also released Sabine Ezra the same set.
Hmm.
So Sabine can just one-shot Unkar.
Yeah, so I didn't want to play any Sabine decks though, just because her health at 11 is nothing nowadays. Like
Yeah.
nowadays I can snipe an 11 character sometimes turn 1, but if not, like early turn 2, and it
Yeah.
doesn't make shields really. Your only thing is to get a second chance, but it also didn't make a ton of money back then.
Yeah, yeah. I think I made a mistake
It was
personally
a
in my
lot.
build
It was
as
a lot
well.
of it was a lot of like
But,
overriding guns for the action sheet, and
mm-hmm.
because you couldn't always afford them. But yeah,
So,
the Jin Kaz one is like super strong. But I was so worried about your Wookiee deck that I was like that's why I chose Blue Hero the first time, and then that's why I chose it this time because I was like,
yeah.
if I can shield up, taking the ping from doing damage to him, and Ataru's can just kill him, and I don't take any damage
Yeah,
from.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. I wouldn't have done that to you. You made it clear from the start that like you wanted to just play some old decks and have some fun. I wasn't gonna play the Wookiee deck into
Yeah.
you.
Well, so I actually think this could actually stand up against that Wookiee deck. Like this
Hmm.
has yet to lose in the current meta right now. Like I have
That
not
is
lost a
very
game with this yet.
impressive to me because I would not expect a Qui-Gon
I
to be
mean,
doing that.
I can't tell you how many times I get 4 Tarus out on him. Like
Wow.
that's just a lot of damage and health at the same time dice.
Hmm.
Like even if these are only doing 2 damage each, you're also gaining one health. So it's like it's still netting 3
Hmm.
most of the time. Most of the time, it's
Absolutely.
not hard to keep his shields up. And then like there's like just a lot of really cool things like this battlefield with like Sanctuary pretty much turns on his resource gen right away because you can just play
Yeah, yeah.
Sanctuary to
I
remove a
I,
guy.
I really
It max
liked
his
that.
shields out.
I really liked that play of going like of doing the Ataru and then like I really like that play of just playing Ataru and getting
Overriding
free
it.
resources on him and just yeah.
Yeah, or shields gain the money back and then immediately I grow behind it right back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, like this deck, I haven't even come close to losing with this deck. So obviously your deck smoked it. So
Yeah, yeah. This I only
like this
used Imperial
beating.
Inspection once, but it has a freezing effect. It makes people scared.
Yeah, I've beaten 2 different Sun decks with this. I've beaten Vader
Mm.
Palp with this. Like some of like the bigger decks right now, like this thing, it makes so many shields. Like it's like okay, you don't have to spend your money on removal if you can just do damage and take like 3 or 4 shields each resolve.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Ataru
Yeah.
is still
But,
like one of the best
but then,
upgrades in the
yeah,
game.
my best one of the I have Jedi Mind Trick too, which is good,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been decent into your deck.
Yes,
But
I'm
by the time
surprised
I
you didn't
drew
get
this,
that. Yeah.
well, I drew it later, but you just kept disrupting me. I couldn't do anything. Every time you rolled out, it's like, up, disrupt, up,
Yep.
disrupt. And I
Yep.
was like, oh. so I couldn't do anything with it. Same with this, like this only removes damage sides. I would have to pay 2 money to remove a non-damage,
Yeah.
which I couldn't do. So yeah, it was just like this was like I would say a hard counter, but it was like really hard to deal with because I couldn't remove your dice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's typically what you can tell with this sort of thing. Like either they're gonna be having a lot of like low cost stuff, but you can just like sort of disrupt them a bit, or they're gonna have expensive stuff and then Unkar preys on expensive stuff. It's just
Yeah,
a case of if
definitely.
they have a
Yeah,
lot of zeros, or if they're like, Vader someone, and you don't have a Crime Lord, you're really stuck. Like, without the Crime Lord, I think I was dead this game. Straight up. It
yeah.
had to be a turn 2 Crime Lord specifically.
Especially like especially once he's gone. Once Thrawn's gone, you have no multi-die removal.
Once
So like
Thrawn's
if I'm
gone, I
rolling
have
out,
nothing,
it's
yeah.
like
The
if I'm
deck
rolling out
wants
the
as much dice as it can, and there's not a lot of dice cards in the first 3 sets that are good.
No, that's true. Yeah, only hero with like because Easy Pickings was the third set, or was it the fourth?
Fourth.
Oh, was it the fourth set? Okay, yeah. I know it was
So,
pretty early. Same with Entangled was somewhere in there early.
like, I'm playing these, and this, and this, and then Houndstooth. These are my dice. Like, I'm desperate.
Mhm.
This is me trying to put in the highest value dice in the game for the cost. It's like,
I miss me some Vibro Knucklers. I love that card.
yeah. Pyro Knucklers is here, of course, for the mill victory, but yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, like I said, maybe I should have gone for him, but like you said, best defenses kind of keep him alive, and then don't really
Yeah,
hurt
I
him if
think
I'm not going for it.
in
And I was
general,
also
you
peeling
do go for
him
Ungar
peeling
first.
mitigation out every single
Hmm?
him peeling mitigation out every single round
Yes.
was like I just need to kill him, and I killed him pretty quick, but it
Yeah.
was just too late. Like I said, I killed him, but you had already gotten
We traded
your
characters.
your clone one.
I spent 9 resources to kill your guy, and you killed my guy.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just Terra didn't have enough stopping power, even with the Jedi
I was
Temple guards. Maybe if I had
terrified
the
that he was going to get 2 Jedi Temple guards out because I really can't
yeah,
do much.
yeah, if I would have had the second one,
Yeah.
maybe.
You
But
also
you
was
had already got
let's be honest here, you weren't rolling very well.
what's that?
Let's be honest here, you weren't rolling very well. It was like waiting until your Terra's power action before it actually started rolling anything sometimes.
Yeah, I mean it's always the risk with the Jedi Temple guards. They only have 2 damage sides, and like, I mean, I probably rolled the 2 melee side on both of these dice like once or twice each.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But
Because
yeah,
when your
you
damage
said,
is
that's the risk.
when
It
your
doesn't
damage
have a
is
great-
getting drip
it
fed,
doesn't have a
like
great
I have 1 die removals, so when it's getting drip fed like that, I'm very happy.
Mm-hmm.
1 die at a time.
Yeah, and then with his modifier side over here.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think this is the one that the disrupt sucked, but you popping this into my hand, like that just killed me because this plus that, because then I couldn't play it again. It was
Yeah.
like the time I removed the Crime Lord die for the shields, I don't care about the shields. It was just to remove the Crime Lord die.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
like I would have rather played the Ataru and started my ramp up again. But that was the only removal I had to get rid of the Crime Lord die.
Yeah.
So and you had tons of money. You had like 11 or 12 resources. So I was like, well, because then you plan on buying out, but if you don't buy out, then you just Crime Lord and win anyway. So it's
Yeah. Yeah. Unkar went to +2, Imperial Inspection got set aside, and then they stayed like that until infinite.
yeah, like I said, because I just yeah, if that would have gotten set aside, it wouldn't have been as bad because then I would have felt safe playing my Ataru again. But I couldn't get more dice out there because of this thing. I was just like, as soon as I play it, you roll out a disrupt and hit me. And let's see, he has 2 disrupt sides, and Crime Lord has 1 disrupt side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's also very rare, but it can happen occasionally. Like one disgusting thing about Imperial Inspection and Salvage Stand as well, they don't say after you roll out, so you can re-roll and hit those sides.
Yeah, it's re-roll. It's just after you roll a dice.
Yeah.
So you can just re-roll it. That's why I was scared because like you would roll out first, and I was like, okay, I could play this, but then I was like, no, because if he just discards the re-rolls, or if I re-roll your die even with my re-roll sides, like and it hits it, then I'm screwed.
Like these three were all built for Unkar. Like these two were both built for Unkar on the second in set 2, and then he wasn't very good. He was really bad in set 2, and then set 3 came out, and then they were like, finally a partner with him, and people started playing him, and then they were like, ban Hammer.
Yeah, I mean it was just I mean these two together were just super impressive. I couldn't play anything like. Yeah, but yeah, I was not expecting to get Crime Lord turn 2. So well played, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, all right, all I have to do is hit them as hard as I can, as fast as I can, all
Yep.
damage. So I wasn't going to take shield sides. I wasn't going to take resource sides. I was going to keep rerolling for damage and just try to kill as fast as possible.
And
But
honestly,
like, I was not expecting
you
a turn 2
really,
Crime Lord.
if you'd have got that mastery on Terror instead, I think this could have been very much a very different game.
Yeah, and I can play him on anyone. It's just
Yep.
it feels good being able to. It's kind of a trope thing. I just like being able to get 4 Atarus out on Qui-Gon.
So one thing I will say is actually, if you're playing Resilience with Qui-Gon, you actually want the better dice on the other character,
Hmm.
just because.
Force out their remove. Yeah, you force out their good removal early or something if you roll Terra out
So,
first.
well, the idea is
Well,
that if you're
yeah,
playing
no,
Resilience on Qui-Gon and Qui-Gon has nothing on him and he rolls out 2 dice, they can't headstrong that. They can't command that. They're only removing 1 die. But if you roll out Qui-Gon
yeah,
and he has an upgrade die on him, they can always get rid of the upgrade die as the other
that, that
die.
that's a very fair point. But again, my head's more in the current meta just because that's what I've been playing him
Yeah.
with. Your deck that would have been a perfect on, even though you don't have a ton of 2 dice either. But yeah, like me rolling him out and like hitting like a 3 melee and a 4 melee, and all you have is like best defense maybe in your hand. That feels good then, because like, well, it would just be you're spending a resource just to take the damage anyway. It wouldn't be
Absolutely. I
worth
was
it.
very nervous when I saw the Resilience, and I'm like, I can't afford to discard this with Thrawn.
Yeah, but in the current meta where damage is so easy to come by, his 9 health is what's scary.
Yeah,
Because I have no redeploy. I have no redeploys in this deck.
yeah.
So
Yeah, because
that's
14
why
health,
I
who's going to
loaded
kill
him up.
14 health in time?
He's a tank. He's a tank. He has 14 health and he
Yeah.
can have 4 shields on. So he's very hard to kill, unless you bypass that with Crime Lord.
Yeah.
And he's very hard to kill. Even Vader has trouble killing him. Like I said, it's.
Yeah, I mean, I could still see, like, you go in, like, turn 1, you get the mastery onto Terror, and then you get the other training onto Qui-Gon or something, and spread it out a little bit.
No, trust me, because this deck survives so much, no one really ever targets him. If they do, great, because then once he's full, I start putting shields on him anyway with the Atarus, to keep him alive. But once you hit your second Ataru, yeah, it's going on him almost always, because you stay alive, so you're gonna get through the deck, you're gonna get through rounds. So unless you kill them pretty quick, most of the time you're finding your second Ataru mastery, and you can just grow beyond it onto him for 2, or you overwrite, your Ataru on him for 2 shields on either one of them, and then you grow beyond the other one back onto Terra. So like I said, this deck is this is most likely the deck I would have taken to ARH standard.
Wow.
If I would have gone to Gen Con this year.
Yeah.
I haven't played it into. I know I was like Kira Sun 1. I've played it into multiple Sun decks, but not Kira Sun. I have played against Kira Sun, and I've played Kira Sun. I think it's a very strong deck. But like I said, I feel like my shields are something that can be pretty.
A lot of people are saying that Kira Sun's really, really good. And maybe it's an American meta thing. No one brings that into the British Echo-based and Nottingham tournaments and stuff.
It's won multiple ARH leagues too, so not just American. Yeah. But no, it's Kira Sun's just super aggro, is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
it kills itself though onto shields, like you're saying. Yeah.
But I mainly started playing this to see if it would counter Vader, because like Vader Pulp was something that we were seeing a lot over, like a ton, and it was like it's like the most consistent deck out there. Vader Pulp, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would have said Vader Pulp would be more of a deck to beat than Kira Sun.
So I started building this to counter it a little bit, like I said, I played it against Vader Pulp once, but I played it against a couple different Vader decks, and it seems to hold up against Vader pretty well. Because regardless of how much damage you can do, 14 damage with Ataru shields, like, it's hard to get through,
Yeah.
But,
absolutely. Yeah. Ataru is very well positioned in this meta, as it's always been.
I was really hoping I could get to a game 3, because I wanted to try if we went to a game 3, I was probably going to throw it in that. I probably would have played my new Sunrise deck, even though it's trash.
I mean, we can have a fun game 3 if you want.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Sure. Content.
So this is not exactly my Worlds deck. It's just the character pairing. I was sitting there really trying to think of it, and then I just gave up, and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to throw something together.
What should I play? What do I have that's fun? I'll be honest, a lot of my decks are good, not necessarily fun.
Uh, uh, yeah, I would say this is like the only one. I built Qui-Gon for fun because I was like, oh, I wonder if I can get 4 Tarus on him. That'd be fun. And
I've
then
got
it
to
just
bring the
ended up being
Dengar.
good
So
because it's like
when
if you
so
have 4 Tarus on somebody that can have 4 shields max, it's
mhm.
inevitably going to be good.
So what was your so this was your worlds deck, right? This was what was this the
Yeah,
was this
this is the
actual
one I took to
worlds or
Worlds.
was this like after?
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, that's where my Discord name came from was Newt Shunzrays
Mm-hmm.
because Raylo was huge going into that Worlds, And this
Mm-hmm.
deck, it just pardon my language, it just shat on Raylo. It destroyed everywhere. I was like probably 13-0 going into Raylos and testing and all this with this deck.
I'm
And
gonna be
it came
honest.
down to the
I
final
never
match.
thought Raylo
It came
had a
down to the final
chance at
match.
worlds.
Yeah, it came down to the final match at Worlds, and it was against a Raylo deck, and I felt super confident. I had even just given one of my colleagues from St. Louis that came with us. He was playing Raylo. I was giving him tips, and it worked out for him because he was losing a lot, and I gave him the tip, and he won his game. He came back all excited. I was so mad because I went against everything I was just telling him about Raylo.
Yeah, you knew exactly how he was dying.
I made the stupidest turn one play ever and just blew it and lost against a Raylo deck for the first time in the most important match.
Mm.
And it was like the only Raylo I had seen that. No, I saw one Raylo earlier, and I blew it out of the water. But yeah, so after that I was pretty upset. So ever since then I've been Newt Shunzray because I had Newt in my deck and I lost to Raylo, which was supposed to be my easy win. I had messed up and I had not downloaded it. Like, there we go. I'm downloading it right now. Sorry.
So this is the deck that I kind of wish I took to Worlds because I ended up taking it to the Jank event and doing very well, and then I went into pods and it went like 13-1.
Oh, really? Nice.
I don't know what I can say because like on the one hand, at Worlds I ended up in top 32. That's a very respectable score.
It is, but there was like what, almost 500 people.
Yeah.
There were over 500 signed up, but I think
Yeah.
what, like 400 and something showed up.
Yeah, there was like 400-ish people, and then like
Hmm.
I took droids, and it was kind of my own spin on it a bit. I had a couple of very different cards, aerial advantage specifically.
Didn't Droids win it that year? I'm trying to remember. It was in
No,
the finals. I don't remember if it won it or not.
it was villain droids that won the finals, not hero droids.
Villains,
It was Vicron and villain droids, I
oh,
think.
the 4 Lam deck.
Yeah. The Delve Fist one.
But oh yeah, before the nerf.
Yeah, Delve Fist one. And
What didn't they didn't restrict it before Worlds?
no.
Well, son of a gun. I thought it was restricted, so I didn't put those two together in this.
Yeah. So you forget,
Dang.
but Worlds was one. Worlds was not covert missions. Worlds was the set before.
Mm-hmm.
Spark of Hope. This is a slight modification because I think I put covert mission stuff in here just for the sake of it. No, I didn't. No, I didn't because of the restriction. That's right. Yeah, because you lost Forsaken as well.
That's true. Yeah, I definitely should. That was probably in my Worlds deck was Delve Fist.
Hmm.
It was funny though because by the end of the day, my throat was so hoarse from having to explain how Newt works with people. Because normally when you're playing casual, people don't care that much.
Yeah.
Like I don't care that much. But it's like if you just automatically draw your 5, that means you're automatically giving up a resource. You don't get to put a card back or anything like that in an official format.
Yep. Absolutely.
So that I was sitting there like I was so because every single person 8 games I had to explain that to people.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one that kind of understood it, and there were some people that wanted me to explain it multiple times. I was like, listen, dude, if you just instinctively just draw up your 5 cards, that means you're automatically getting rid of your resource. You can't put a card back and be like, never mind, I don't want to do that. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Wait, do I want that? No, I need this instead. Yeah, I need bounties. But yeah, it turned out that this deck actually worked really, really well against both droid variants.
Oh, nice.
Because the hero droids only have 8 health, and the Dengar actually kind of really hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the villain droids, you could put all of the bounties onto the Sentinel Messenger, and then like go off when he dies.
That's awesome.
3. So you're 4. Go ahead.
Well,
Do you play
feel like
bounties? So
you're
you're going to get value out of the Night Sister Lair?
no, I don't.
But
So
do you want the
I
shields?
think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go with mine.
Alright. I will take some shields. Good luck, have fun.
You too, man. All right, I guess we'll start with this. I don't. Yeah, see, I definitely did not have this in my world stack. It's not a power action, but just to mark my first time doing it. I'll play that. Get the dollar back.
I will. I'm playing Dead or Alive. I just don't know which character. Do I play it on one of the lower guys so that I can try and killing them, or do I play it on the bigger guy because it's going to make me more money, right?
Making more money here.
I'm going to make
definitely
more
worth
money.
killing him. Sure.
Yeah, killing them does get me money earlier at some point, yeah.
Let's roll this out.
Because I think I'm just going to no good to me dead him. Yeah. Dengar, do 1 damage to the Django. I mean, Django himself only has 11 health, right? So, like, I might even just kill him.
Let's forsaken the resource.
Yep, absolutely. I'll do another shot into Django.
I think you want another card, so let's well connected.
Sure. No good to me dead on your Django.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome. No good to me dead is such a good card.
It is.
Especially with Dengar, because, you know, you get... Yeah. I managed to get 2 damage out very easily. Because that's always been a thing since Covert Missions came out. It was like, do I play Dengar or do I play Boba? Because Boba was the other good bounty hunter in the same spot.
Well, that's dumb.
I will play a pulse cannon.
I like pulse cannons. Having money so you can afford your pulse cannon.
Yep. Yes, sirees. Let's go ahead and activate the Sentinel Messenger. Let's do exactly what you just did. Ooh. Yeah, we'll enticing reward onto Sentinel Messenger.
What are we doing? Oh, enticing. Okay. Ooh, very nice.
It's a bit awkward because I have the other pulse cannon in hand, and it's like I was going to just play it potentially.
Oh, let's discard a card.
There we go. Now I have something to grab from the enticing.
I accept that for tribute.
We're going to. We might have another Forsaken, I suppose. I'll power action the pulse cannon. We'll do 1.
You want to take the money first?
Nah, we'll do 1. Because I don't want to hit the 1-for-1 disrupt.
Sure, sure.
We'll do 2. And that's a 3-for-1.
Take a buck.
If you have Vader's Fist, I will be sad. We're going to play Truce and resolve the 3-for-1.
Seems good. Which one are we going to?
Sentinel Messenger there.
Sentinel?
Okay. Yeah. You see why I say you can kill a droid very, very quick?
Yeah.
Pulse Cannon's a really good card. Mega Blasters, alright. We'll activate the other Sentinel Messenger. And we will look at the top card. And we will leave it on top.
Let's activate my blasters.
Because because you can spot a leader. Ah, that's right. Newt's the leader. I should have gone for Newt. Yes. Now I'm
That's another
remembering.
reason I think he's both annoying and he's a leader.
Now
So
I'm remembering. Like all of you had Grievous and
there
Formon that
is.
were both leaders. I think in the other deck. Yeah.
I don't remember if I have it in this, but there's also that 2-cost support that's a leader. I would assume I have it in here if I have Mega Blaster, but
I'm
I just don't
gonna
remember.
get greedy and discard the hidden motive for a double reroll.
Oh, very nice.
Greed pays off.
Oh wow, that does pay off, doesn't it?
That's the trick of this deck. Alright, we kill the Sentinel Messenger, and we do 2 to the Django or the New. Basically, he gets to die anyway, but like Django's also really scary because he has the other stuff. I'm gonna go Django.
Okay. Are you
And
able to play
enticing
anything?
reward goes off, so I get a pulse cannon onto the other Sentinel Messenger.
Seems pretty good.
Okay, a turn 1 double pulse cannon is like one of the best possible starts I could ever have asked for. I'm gonna be honest.
Especially after I discarded one of your pulse cannons, like, and then you just played it from the discard anyway.
Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't have had a card to reroll with.
1 indirect.
No, I would have. I had to reroll either way. I was going to discard it to reroll because Enticing Reward wants to play from the discard pile.
Yeah.
So we do the one to the
get one.
Dengar. I'm going to claim, gain a resource, draw a card.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it.
I don't
built
like
this
paying the
again. I built this deck because it was supposed to be in the Jank tournament, and it was janky, and it was funny because it's like, aha, pulse cannon, ding 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 ding. We got one arm bandits, machines, roulette, sort of, you know. But then it worked. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. 2 pulse cannons turn 1 is pretty rough.
Do I want this card in my hand? I think I do. I think I want to keep this card. Just because I don't want any of those droid stuff. There's the Vader's Fist. Okay.
So
I only got one resource. Fuck. Yeah. All right.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
All right, Dengar. Let's roll out. Do a damage to the Django.
Pretty good roll.
Yep. The extra resource might have really mattered just with the pulse cannons, but yeah, well, it's fine. That's an annoying disrupt and a half, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Well, we'll do 2.
We'll disrupt you for 2.
And I'll take 1 resource.
Okay. I will also take 1 resource.
Okay. Let's roll out the Sentinel Messenger. And I will look at the top card of my deck. And I will leave it on top.
I wish I could do that. Let's hidden motive that. Say ranged.
Come on, disrupt. Yes!
Of course.
I will power action pulse cannon. Disrupt.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Disrupt, it's so good. 2 damage to Django. 2 damage to Django.
Are you kidding me?
Yes!
You didn't even hit a pace on it? Get out of here with that nonsense.
This is why this deck is so good.
That wasn't good. That was luck. Oh, come on.
It's crazy how much a little luck goes a long way.
Oh my lord.
It's disgusting.
I don't think I can come back from this. There's no way.
If you can't remove that 2, you're really dead, yeah.
Oh, pop this back to my hand.
Yeah, I suppose because, yeah, if you activate him, dead or alive plays out anyway, so you don't want to, yeah.
I cannot believe that.
So... Yeah, I play the other enticing reward.
Seems good. It's well connected.
Yeah, I'll draw the card. I'll kill him now.
Sure.
Get my money from the dead or alive. An enticing reward will let me play a... I'm going to play this Emphy's Nest for free.
Seems good.
Sentinel. Let's look at the top card of that deck. It was a Reap, so I turn to the resource side. And then I have Ambush, which allows me to resolve this Pulse Cannon for 2 as a power action. That's what this deck is to do. Pulse Cannon with Ambush off the top. Disrupt for 1. And 2 for 1.
Well, that was fun. I still can't believe that play. You're rolling right into the disrupt. The free disrupt, too. You didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
On this.
2. Discard the Moore's Lightsaber because I was thinking about that, but I don't have enough pluses. I don't have enough melee size for that one. Discard the Vader's Fist. Yeah, this is specifically the Spark of Hope version because it lets me play Vader's Fist and Forsaken in the same deck. You don't have the money for that right now, so I will discard and I will reroll. Nope.
Alright, Dengar.
Take the resource. Goal ranged.
Oh, you hit your range.
Yeah.
You know what? Just because I'm gonna do this.
Oh yeah, I have one less resource because I forgot this. I forgot Newt again. You warned me before we even started this, and I'm forgetting every time.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna pay 3 to delve.
Okay.
Kill him to play Planetary Bombardment.
Yeah.
And I'm dead.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that play. Like, that was so. Oh.
Oh, this deck delivered. This deck delivered so well. I'm always scared that I hype up a deck and it doesn't work because that's what was happening at first with the Ray deck. But this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the other leader I was talking about.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, absolutely.
That way, because a lot of people went for him first, like almost everyone. So
yeah,
this
it makes
was
sense.
like
He's also really annoying.
Yeah, I definitely probably had Dove Fist in my original Worlds deck, but I thought it was nerfed. I didn't really care enough to look, so I just didn't even put Fist in this deck.
Yeah, probably instead of like the planetaries, maybe, because I'm not seeing any of the vehicles.
Yeah, because I have these are I have the big artilleries, I have the pirate tanks because I love these guys.
Absolutely.
The Mega Blasters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really it. That's really it. So it's like 8 big guys.
Yeah, and only one of them is a vehicle.
8 big guys. Then you have these guys.
Yeah.
And so I have 10 supports, and then everything else. I don't have a ton of equipment. I have obviously 2 bounty hunters masks, and then.
Yeah. So it's very similar to the villain droids. But like the bounties mask with the Django gets you the extra resource for a turn 1 delve.
It's a hope and a resource, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same idea now as that lavish cape. You know, it's pretty much the old lavish cape.
But in
But maybe
exchange, it
better
has to
because
go
the money.
bigger,
Or
whereas
better
the with
money.
like
Instead of a
direct speed
draw, it gets you
attack.
money.
Whereas the villain droids deck, they were kind of crazy because they run Mega Blasters and Vader Fist, but then everything else they run like energy bows. Because
Yeah, all the little stuff.
Forlom can just do a lot of damage.
Hmm. Yeah, but then it also has like those blowout cards because of Forlom, to where you can put a bunch of well, there's like the one where you can resolve a die showing damage, increasing its number by the things. But then there's the one where you can remove any number of bounties from a character to remove that many dice. But then with
Mm.
Forlom, when they go to the discard pile, I think then they go back to your hand
Mm.
or
The
something. I don't know if it works with that. I just remember there was a lot of tricks with Forlom, and
Yeah,
that's
there
why it was like
was.
so good.
There was also the
But yeah, no,
because of the
Norm
villain
was
and the
killing me
hero
on this.
droids, like
Norm's like,
everyone was running EMP, electromagnetic shock. That's not
yeah,
EMP, that's EMS.
it's it's the zero cost just to remove a droid die or
Yeah,
whatever.
zero cost
That
remove
one.
a droid die. Yeah, because hero droids and villain droids are both very present.
Hmm. Yeah, Norm gave me so much trash. He's like, if you're gonna run Rainbow three wide, why don't you just roll out droids? I was like, because I refuse to play meta decks. I never play meta decks ever.
This
So
has
that's why.
legitimate
That's what.
reasons, and just you
And
can
that,
win off of new bullshit just on its own because your opponent forgets every round.
yeah. So then it just mills them. It's like, all right, you took your money, so mill two cards, and then you're hitting like their Vader's fists and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's they have to discard two, otherwise they only have one money.
No, no. So this one, that's the new. Like they changed them around a little bit. So
Okay.
now it's either deal one or two damage to your character,
Yeah, but
or take one
I thought this
or
one was like they get one less resource unless they discard the top two. So I thought that we had if I didn't make the choice, you get the
no,
like to
yeah, well,
lose the
no,
money.
yeah, no. So what happens is because the discard has to come before you draw.
Right. So
That's what triggered
okay.
it. So if they draw, you immediately lose a money. That's what
You're
was
right.
triggering it.
So it's the draw. Yeah. Okay. Get
Because
you. So it
you
was
can't
yeah
choose. Yeah, you can't choose to mill after you draw your hand.
yeah.
You have to do the mill first.
So yes. So you can win off of new rubbish where your opponent like a Raylo or something's like, haha, I'm gonna draw, and it's like now you only get one
People were
resource, and like,
forgetting
oh
it and
no,
getting
but
so
Raylo survives off of two resources around.
people were forgetting it, even though I explained it, and getting so mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I was like, dude, don't get mad. It's like, one, Newt's not broken. That's why you don't see him played everywhere. I'm the only person out of these 400 plus probably
Yeah.
playing Newt. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's not very
He
good.
fits really well with
But
Django though. Yeah.
you have to pay attention, and they just weren't paying attention, and they were getting mad at me and Newt. I'm like, at this character. I'm like, don't get mad. You have to slow
Well,
down, and
that's
you
the
have to
thing,
pay
right?
attention. It's
People
hard
get
to do.
even more mad when it's something they know was their mistake.
Yeah, but then like not a single person got mad at themselves. They were all like blaming me.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
character's so stupid. Blah blah. I'm like, what? Like, it's not. He's not good. You don't see him anywhere. Like, what are
Dude,
you talking
I
about?
so I loved Akbar back in Awakenings meta. Back in the very first set, I loved Akbar because his thing was if your opponent discards so they have no cards in hand, they take 2 damage, and that would happen if they discard the last card for the at the very end of the round as the mulligan, like the card redraw, and they just take damage. I'm like, did you draw 5 cards? Oh, you take 2 damage.
That's funny. Good old Akbar with it. Didn't he only have like 9 health too? 8 or 9 health.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so low health back
He
then.
was 9 health, 10, 14, with 1
Yeah,
ranged and 2 focus.
yeah. I started playing in the Awakenings days too.
Yeah.
I still love that Ray. I love the action
Mm.
sheet Ray with like the vibro knives and all that stuff. That was always fun.
I
Was it
didn't
Ray
back
Han?
then.
Han was 8. I think the first Han was like 18. So like Ray Han was the play
Yeah.
with all the action sheet weapons and stuff like that. You could like stack up like 4 actions in a row with Ray.
Yeah. Back then, I did not like her. Nowadays, I kind of miss her.
Oh, the OG Ray?
Yeah. I mean, back then,
Yeah.
it felt like cancerous, right? But nowadays,
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
at the same time though, it was her dice weren't good, so it's like it was like a hit or it was like a true hit or miss. Like it wasn't
Yes.
like some things like
So,
that's why I like Jin Cass is like because with that
mm,
action sheet, if you have Jin's gun on her, you get the extra reroll with
mm.
Jin's gun, both for all of Jin's dice and her gun.
to be
Like,
to be fair, we
um,
never got a good blue hero. We never got a good melee pairing with her at the time. Like Han Rey was the
that's
big thing,
true.
and that meant that her +2 melee was often a blank.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
her die was
yeah.
awful. If you actually have a
We
lot of
don't have.
melee size, that
She's
plus
like,
two is fine.
there weren't a lot of great upgrades either.
No, yeah.
Like even the I love the vibro knives, but it was like a one melee plus two melee. So you still had that plus
Mhm.
two melee that would haunt you. You'd roll out like 10 damage, but it's all modified damage. It's like, oh great.
I mean, back in Awakenings, your only good melee upgrade was Ray's staff, which was a one melee 3-for-1.
When did Ancient Lightsaber come out? Was that
That was Empire
set four
War, I
too?
believe. It might have been Spark of
Yeah.
Hope though.
Oh. Yeah, so yeah, your best plays were almost using you would play weapons on her, you would just like override ambush weapons on her to get two actions, and then like but you would
Mm-hmm.
action cheat like Han out to try to get
Mm-hmm.
damage. Like you would
Um,
play like your holdout blasters and stuff on him, and then um but you want to play holdout blasters on her, but it was so weird because it's like you wanted you like if you the ideal scenario was if you could play two ambush weapons on her because then you get three actions because then you could
mm-hmm.
activate both of them and then still have an action to resolve.
Yeah, it was an Empire War card.
It
Yeah,
was really it was definitely very weird.
yeah. I mean, so there was a deck that I couldn't justify bringing, but it was a deck that I liked very early on in Empire at War. Heat of Battle. I never asked Rebel Traitor this, but Heat of Battle got errated, right? Because Heat of Battle originally was turn any number of your dice to any side. Your opponent turns any number of their dice to any side. Sorry, to damage, damage and damage. Any number of your dice to
Mhm.
sides showing damage. Your opponent turns any number of dice to sides showing damage. And they
I think
they
I remember that
errated
one. Yeah.
it to be they errated it in the same as the Unkar Thrawn. They errated it to limit to 2 dice, and it was a 2 cost card.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which could still be good, but like if you have a bunch of modifiers just to get a kill, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the
Because
blowout card it
back
was
then,
originally.
what I would do is I would wait until my opponent claims the battlefield, and then I would just be like, perfect. Heat of battle.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing is like you couldn't do it with Ray. I don't remember what
You
setup was in,
absolutely
but
could. So you could get
well,
those
you
three
would have to
actions
play
with
the yeah,
Ray, roll her
you have to
out,
play
play
red
heat of
event,
battle,
right?
resolve.
It was a red event though, wasn't it?
It was.
Were there any good red pairings with her
So
at the
here was
time?
my pairing. It was Ray, Padawan, Akbar. 1 die Akbar.
One day Akbar.
Because you can run close quarters assault as well, and that also synergizes perfectly with Ray. And the Padawan gets you a resource cheaper for a weapon early on, like a Ray staff or something. Like,
Hmm.
you was able to like very often just play a card on Ray, roll her out, and then close quarters assault their entire hand, and Akbar does stuff. And
Yeah.
Ray's other side
Oh, okay.
was discard.
I played guard and close quarters assault with Ray mainly because like that two modifier side you wanted to get value out of it.
Absolutely.
If you couldn't match it, like I said, I played more. I think I played the vibro knife because there was only so many ambush weapons, but then I played more guns to go with Han because I played Ray Han a lot. And but yeah, I used Ray as more control with like guard because guard was amazing too.
Yes.
And then I remember when Ancient Lightsaber came out, that +3 in guard was like brutal. Just like for 0, yeah, I'll remove 1 die to remove 3 of your dice.
Yeah, I really wanted to bring that deck, but I couldn't justify it because Pad One's sitting there at 7 health, Akbar's sitting there at 9 health, and I'm like, there's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
of big guys. Someone's bringing Vader, someone's bringing Sabine. I can't justify this.
Yeah. Man, I'm still kind of stuck on the Qui-Gon. I mean, I was very confident in that deck. Like I was like, man, I think this deck can pretty much beat any deck out there. I was not thinking of like a Crime Lord thing where you just, oh, I don't care about your shields.
Yeah, well, who would think about that?
Ugh.
To be fair, Crime Lord
Yeah.
has been. Crime Lord was playable throughout the entirety of FFG's lifespan. It was the core card because they reprinted it.
Yeah. But nobody ever played it. Like it was like never played.
Yeah, I played it. I think I played
It
it
was
in
hard to make.
Yoda
It
Emphies
was hard
back
to
in the
make.
day. Like,
Back in the day, it was hard to make that money. You know,
yeah,
Unkar made that money, but again, he got nerfed. So
like back in the day, there was definitely a lot of decks that I made that did Ace in the Hole Crime Lord stuff, but I never actually played the Crime Lord, and Ace in the Hole didn't get reprinted.
yeah, yeah. Crime Lord didn't really make its resurgence until what freaking GG Gideon Garendon.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he kind of did the same thing. It was like he was a built, was it Grendon's a built-in ace in the hole where you can just roll in the special.
Yeah, yeah. And the scary part about that deck is that it was just so much more consistent because Grindon draws cards.
Especially a couple sets back when Reap was still in rotation. But yeah, I didn't. I had planned on playing my favorite deck of all time, which is Chewy Afra with assassin droids. It's like it's always been solid, but it's never been great. But it's just
Yeah.
so fun to get like 3 or 4 assassin droids out, and then you do like a what's that zero cost droid card where you activate any number of your droids,
Draws
and
day
then you
out,
can
yeah.
draw a
I was
card.
like, why is that in
If you're yeah.
there?
It's such a fun. I didn't even hide what droids I brought. I even put assassin in the title of it.
So
No,
just
but I don't
bring
even
a
care.
whole bunch of assassin droids and then droids day out all of them, so it does
But
1 billion damage.
yeah, it's super fun. But yeah, I just didn't. Um, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was gonna put up against. Again, I was just glaring in my face. I was just kept thinking the Wookiee deck. That's why I went Blue Hero. I was like, well, shields are good against what's his face
Black Crane.
against Black K.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shields are your best defense
They are
against
very
that.
good against him, it's true.
Yeah, but
I can understand why, especially coming off of my Nottingham victory. Although actually I don't think I've seen anyone really talk about that.
I didn't even know you won with it. Like I didn't even know it was a thing until I looked at your deck list, and then I saw it after I talked to you, and you because then you were like you're like, oh yeah, it's one of the decks I brought when we were talking about Black K.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. And then later, I think I don't know where I saw it. I saw a deck list somewhere. Maybe they had posted it on DB.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Lando definitely posted it.
But then I'd already seen your deck list, so I was like, oh okay, that's it. I like that. You just you can just kill off a character immediately. I guess it's one of those like if you don't get a good yellow card, you don't kill one off, right? Right
So
away.
I played in Nottingham,
Hmm.
and the deck went 6-0. It went far beyond my wildest expectations.
I mean, yeah, you're playing. I feel like Hero is just better with Black K almost.
It is 100% because you have Luke's teaching, Luke's offer. Yeah, Luke's offer. That's the word,
Mhm.
offer. Luke's offer. But for
So yeah,
for
what I'm
spotting a
assuming you
yellow
do is
character to get 2 shields for
I'm
0.
assuming I'm assuming when you put the damage out, you kill one of the characters right away, right? Just to
No,
get that two. Just to oh, you don't get the plot off right away.
no, not unless I've got a bad hand.
Okay.
I'd
Well,
rather
I was
force
thinking.
my opponent to
No,
kill them
I was
because so
thinking it was like I
typically
was thinking it was like you do it to get like a scoundrel or because you have like don't you have a Jawa on it?
yes,
I was just thinking like pop the Jawa or something
understandable,
just
but
to get off.
I have 6 greys in the deck, and hopefully I draw one of them at the start, and then I do that instead because the 1 resource gain for
You have six
either
what?
a anticipation, so that's an extra BK die, or a fury to remove a die, or the IB94 blaster for 1 less is also very good. Like if I don't see a
Okay.
grey card, if my hand's bad at the start of the game, I will kill the Jawa. But if I see a grey card, I'm keeping him, and I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
find
See,
the grey.
I had originally thought of something like that, but I didn't have it as wide as yours, so I didn't want to kill a character right away.
Mm.
Because my thought was like to play like the bigger supports or something like that, and then
Hmm.
just immediately get out like a Tuscan Camp for 1, or get out
Yeah.
what is it the Cloud Riders for like
So
2
what's
immediately.
really, really scary about that deck is that I don't kill the Jawa off. I leave him on 1 health, and then I say, hey, you're going to kill this Jawa? Because if I power action BK and he rolls damage, he's standing back up again because I'm killing my own Jawa.
I see. Okay.
And so then my opponent's kind of forced to spend a damage on killing the Jawa or risk the BK.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, so that you can immediately yeah, and then if you want, if you have something big in hand, you can reset and play something cheap and on them right away.
Yup. And I've had games where my opponent's response has been, "All right, I'll kill the Jawa with this dice." I'm like, "Okay, so I'll play the Raiders from my hand, and that was your
That to
turn.
get
So
you
it's
more.
my turn now.
Yeah.
So I'm activating Cloud Riders and I'm removing that other die."
Yeah, and Cloud Riders being able to roll like it's just anytime you can get more Black K dice in there. Like I said, I do you play like the Nimix Manifesto and stuff on them too?
Oh, 100%. That's how you win the
Yeah,
game.
just in the U Wing just to be able to get. Yeah, I try to get as many of his dice out as possible.
Yeah, my record has been 7 on turn 1.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same idea. Like I said, I just never did it the way you did it, which sounds amazing. Obviously, if you went 6-0 on it in the turn, but
I thought it was good, and then it
um,
was better than I expected. Yeah,
yeah, well,
it's the one
yeah, just combine them two.
modern deck I have out of the 10, and I thought, yeah, this can beat those. This can beat the best decks in the world. Yeah,
Yeah, there's what was I gonna say? The
Because old Vader actually has a real big problem into BK, so I actually have a chance there.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, okay, you're gonna resolve damage into me. I'll just let you resolve the damage into me, but you're also gonna take damage from resolving the
Exactly.
damage into me,
They have
and I
they
have more health than you.
they
So
have to go
it's
for a
like
Vader's
if
fist
we're
instead,
gonna
which
play
is
the
not the
yeah,
easiest.
exactly. It's like if we're gonna play the you know um that kind of game. Like I have more health than you. Who's gonna last longer? Type thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna do you punch me, I punch you, but I will win.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's BK with
No,
an extra
yeah,
two
that's fun.
resources, with the fact that I have two extra character dice to help
Yeah.
in exchange for like
No, that's really yeah,
eight
that's
less
really
health.
cool. So that's good to know that you don't kill off your characters right away. You just save them to reset Black K.
Yeah,
I
reset
don't know
Black
why I
K, and
never
they're
thought about that.
valuable in their own right.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. I thought Black K. I guess I never paid attention to it. I didn't know it was when you kill a character. I thought it was when you kill an opponent's character.
Yeah, so
So
you have a 1 in 3 chance of just standing back up. It's insane. Um, yeah, because
um,
the old BK hero decks, they were the the valorous tribe sort of. I heal forever and I
mhm.
don't do any damage decks.
Yeah, no, like that's kind of what I have. Like the one I have is like single die Chewy, single die Wolfaro, and then you bring in
Mm.
Black K, single die. Um, and then it's just like yeah, it's just like you can pretty much heal like 7 or 8 damage turn one most of the time, especially if you get your first aids. Um, and then it's it's the whole U wing ploy to get as many Black K dice out there as you can.
Hmm. We're teasing the viewers so much because they have not seen me play the VK deck. I've played it so much,
Oh,
but they've never seen me play it.
I have like 20 minutes if you want to try to roll it out real quick.
Sure, sure. We can, if you want, we
Sure.
can see how it goes into the blue. I just deleted your side instead of my side. Sorry.
That's all good. Cleaned up
um,
for me.
what was it called? Was it Blackistan? No. One last trick. That's what I called it. No, one first trick.
I
That's what
don't
it
want.
was. One
I
first
don't
trick.
want to. I was going to play my Qui-Gon deck in it because, like I said, I thought that would stand up. I built it against Vader. I built it against the big hero stuff, but I don't want to play a deck I've already played. Let me grab something else.
All right, fair enough. I will say though, you were so nervous about this deck. I'm surprised you
I
didn't
wasn't
ban it
nervous
if you're
about
that
it. I
nervous
wasn't
about it.
nervous. I wasn't nervous about it. I was just like, I just figured it was like a guarantee you were going to play it.
Hmm.
I thought it was like a guarantee one of your three.
Hmm.
So that's why I was like, okay, he'd probably start off with the big one first, right, to guarantee a win early. I got in my own head about the strategy behind it.
Yeah. Instead, I just played my favorite deck.
Hey, that Luke Yoda deck is my second all time favorite deck behind Chewie Afra. I'll play Chewie Afra. That's gonna get destroyed, but I'm gonna do that. We'll stick with the whole 10 decks thing.
Ooh, this is not a good hand because I'd want to get out. I'd want to find a Nemix Manifesto with this, but it's not awful. Now I will say, I somehow this deck tends to lose the roll off. I don't really know how, but it does occasionally lose the roll off with its 2 character dice roll off. It's a great deck to bring into when you've already won, so you guarantee to not have the battlefield choice because it only has 2 dice, so it can't win it anyway technically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that the assassin droids?
Oh yeah, I just drew my entire hand, our entire deck. That's fun.
I mean, you can start with that if you want. I'm going to force you to discard down to 5 at the end. Is that even how that works? You don't have to discard down to 5 at the end of round. No, you don't. Not in Destiny.
You don't? I
No,
thought you did.
I don't think you do.
You sure? I'm almost positive you do. Right?
You know what? It's been so long since I last played Launch Bay Combo, I'm going to have to look it up.
All right. Well, I like you. I like you. I don't like you. Actually, I don't like you right now. Go away.
Yeah, you do not have to discard. You just don't draw any because you've already got more than 5. You'd have to discard down to 5.
Well, you deleted my dice rollers, so I guess we're using Vader.
Perfect. Chewie's secretly an Empire spy.
Even though this is first order die, I couldn't find a good Empire red and black one, so Vader is part of the first order apparently. So
1.
Hey, I won. This deck doesn't win the roll-up a lot.
Alright, whose battlefield are you choosing? That makes a difference of 2 health for Black Kristan.
Yeah. I know, that makes me want to choose yours,
but it is scary. It's a Jabba's palace.
I know.
I'm a bounty hunter.
I don't want you to sit there. Yeah, disrupts suck. Well, and I really like mine. We'll go with mine. I'll give you 2 more health.
All right. So 2, 6. So that's 4, 11, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Do I want to put them at 2 or do I want to heal 2 because you got 2 range size? Against a deck like yours, I think I want to take 2 more to Black Kristan.
What do you mean take 2 more?
I removed 2 off of the Wolfru and the Gungi to put 2 on Black Kristan.
So 17, 21, 27, yep. Okay.
And then 2 shields, yeah. Alright, good luck, have fun.
Alright, man. Let's see.
Start with money.
Get my money. Let's start with this. Pay 1 for a K3PO and ping 1 indirect.
Mm-hmm. Ah, the 1 indirect. Yeah. Didn't matter. I will activate Wolfru.
Okay. I will activate K3.
Gungi.
Do Afra.
Jawa Junk Dealer to Fury the Afra range.
Seems good.
You see? Value.
Focus.
For the resource.
Money.
Black Kristan.
It's Heroic Protector. Put the 2 into Wolfaru.
Okay.
And then
yeah, that works.
Ping him for 1 for the ability.
That works. You've got a lot of pings on this. That's cool. I wish I'd kept the Fury. Anyway, when you do that, that allows me to get a Partisan U-Wing out for 1.
Okay.
It's me. It's my turn. It's my turn.
I will not reap. Spoiler alert, I have reap in my hand.
I'm going to power action the Black Kristan.
Seems good.
2 money.
Pretty good. I will reap and take 5 money.
Yeah, that's really good. I'll play the Alliance Pathfinders for 3. A large part of me says I should have discarded you, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pay for it, aren't I?
No, not really.
Heal 2.
3, heal 2.
Partisan.
After you resolve this die, place 1 resource on the support. Remove. Okay, pass.
Pathfinder. Of course, it's the 3 for 1 side.
This goes away, right? So
yeah, that's gone. Sorry.
3 for 1. Pass.
Discard, strike for deal, reroll all 4. That was a complete load of rubbish. That's still kind of not good.
Mm.
The resources.
You have no damage sides right now.
Nope.
I mean, I feel like you just take the money, right? Just so you can roll it back in, resolve it twice, reset it, do all that nonsense.
Yep. 100%. I just wanted a resolvable side, to be honest with you.
Complete both of those. Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, that's cool because
A lot
now...
of actions. Yeah, I think it's good right now because it's a lot of actions if you want to roll this back in and do it. So
yeah, that's really good. So I will roll it back in.
See what you get first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You pass.
Yeah, I pass.
I shoot for 2 into Afra.
And I pass.
And then you pass. And
Yeah,
then I claim, I think, off that.
Heal 1, get an extra card. Seems good.
Yeah. But yeah, I would consider this not a great opening roll with mine, and you saw how much value I have immediately.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of pings, and I'm scared of that.
I do.
We'll start with a lavish cape.
Do you got 2 seconds? I'm sorry, I have to
Go right ahead.
real quick.
Go right ahead.
Quick.
Look at you guys, you're getting 4 games in this video. We just, it's so rare that I get to speak new, or just any of the Americans in general. I play Echo-Base every Thursday night, 7:30 British time. If anyone wants to join, you're welcome to. But I rarely get to play the Americans, and it does feel like the Americans and the Europeans have some very different metas. To be fair, the Europeans have Keiko, who always plays Luke.
All right.
Yep.
What'd you do? You played Lavish?
I played Lavish, and now I'm going to draw the card.
Cool.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
that's
playing 3.
or something. No, Assassin Droid, right? Yeah.
1 indirect.
Yeah. I'll tap Jawa to play in anticipation to roll in a Black Castan die.
Seems good.
All right.
Let's kill the Jawa.
Yep. I'll take the 2 resources. I will play the Nemic's Manifesto on Black Castan, which sees itself when it comes in to heal him 1.
Does it do that with itself?
It does do that. After you play a hero card, it sees itself.
Oh, I didn't know that. I could have been doing that so many times. I did not know it did that.
It doesn't make much of a difference, because how often are you not going to find a hero card, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I still almost always get it off, It's just I didn't realize it counted for itself.
Yeah.
A lot of shields.
That's a lot of shields. That's enough shields that I'm very scared, but I think I just gotta let you have them. Gungi. More blanks on Gungi. Dude.
Gungi's rolling fire right now.
Nothing but blanks. Every round. Yeah.
Money, damage, and shields.
Yeah. I got a headstrong the damage.
Sure. Makes sense. Man, those 2 shields are so good, but I'm just.
This is Afra's best side other than the resource.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the 2 guns is pretty good on her.
Fury the special. Yeah.
Just kill a boy right there.
I got 0 value out of these 2 dice. That's so sad.
I know. I feel for you there. It was rough.
All right, Black Castan. You've got an open field. I can't do any. They can't do anything, and you roll like that.
Well, this die is not very good, so I'm just gonna pop this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Heal 1, and then
Yep.
I'll get an extra card next turn.
Yep. Alliance Pathfinder. Oh my god, stop rolling the 3 for one side. The Alliance Pathfinder is not as good as you think because it never rolls well.
Mm-hmm. I'll pass.
Ewing. Hey!
I mean, her die is decent. It's worth re-rolling, right? Just kind of feels,
It kind of feels weird that you're just passing all the time, but I can understand why you might want it.
Yeah.
Still passing?
Yeah, pass.
3. There's no reason not to do the slow plays if my opponent's doing that, other than this. Alright.
I'm actually going to hit the 2 shields.
Alright.
I don't care about the cards.
Fair enough. We will power action the Partisan Ewing, roll in a black one. A black Castan. Back into the 2 shields.
2 shields back.
God darn it. Move 2 damage. Discard a card, reroll 3. Sanctuary is a good card, by the way. A really good card. That's another reason to be hero blue for Black Kristan specifically.
Oh yeah, it's great with him. Mm-hmm.
And it's got renew.
I hate getting rid of it, or whatever.
Okay. Oh god. You get your shields anyway. Get a resource, put a thing on the Alliance Pathfinder. Yep. Stand the Pathfinder back up.
I will pass.
Roll in the Pathfinder.
Hey, you got the money now.
Yeah. You still passing?
I will pass again, yep.
2. Because I'm playing around a second rally cry.
Nope, I'm just going to claim a heal 1.
3. Power action, Black Kristan. 3.
Oof.
And I will resolve the 3 for 1. As much as I really don't want to.
That was a lot of damage.
Once the Pathfinders start going, you have to be willing to resolve them every turn because it's a die you're losing otherwise.
3, 4, 5,
oh
6,
yeah, this
7.
is the old version with an Outrider. New version has Razor Crest, that's the only difference. Oh yeah, you claim, so you have 7. Yeah. Disgusting.
Right, let's ping for 1.
Yeah. That's actually really annoying. Hopefully he doesn't resolve it. Black Kristan, let's go into a Headstrong or something. Another heroic, that would hurt.
Yep. So
Yep.
3.
It's 2.
2 for me, 3 to you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Painful. We gotta Headstrong these 2.
Back-to-back Headstrongs.
Yep. Glad you hadn't resolved that disrupt.
Afra.
We'll power action the Partisan, get out EK die. Okay, that money's very important. Because it lets me play a hero card. Maybe even another Partisan Ewing.
Discard droid, stay out.
Well. Oh, the card. Yeah, you're not getting your droids, are you? Take 2 money.
Alright, I'll pay 1. I'll play a bucket.
Deals 1 to me.
Yep. 1 ping.
This
is really good with the Wookiee ships.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I don't think I'm going to get much better out of it. I'll Sanctuary this for 2,
Sure.
but it's also a hero card, so I heal 1.
Yeah, so it's like 3, yeah.
What does that do? 1 resource.
I can remove a resource from your support.
Oh, you jerk!
It's fun.
No, you can place a resource, you remove a damage, you don't remove a resource.
Oh, remove a damage,
Thank God.
dang it.
Thank God.
Alright, well, I'll take the money.
Okay, I'll do 2 to the Afro. Yeah, absolutely. I will power action the Alliance Pathfinder, stand it back up. Like, it's not just the BK and the BK starting with 4 dice. It's the fact that he also has these amazing yellow supports and the amazing blue mitigation. Other than the fact that he can't spot a Jedi. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, but it's also 2 damage to me.
Yep. 3 for 1 sight again. It's actually starting to kill you though, so. Okay. Ooh. You want to resolve that to ranged, punk?
Okay, so it's after, so my damage would still go through if that kills me, right?
Yes.
So I resolve the die, then you do a damage, so I'd still get it off.
Absolutely.
You have 3 cards in hand, you have his power action still. I will... resolve these 3 into him.
I'll take
I'll
one.
take one of
Yep.
two.
I will discard the Outrider. This is one change I have made in my actual version. This
You
I have a Razor
added
Crest.
it or you don't like it?
I have a Razor Crest instead of an Outrider. This is so I
You'd
clearly
rather
loaded an
Razor
old
Crest
deck.
than Outrider?
Yeah, I'd rather have the Razor Crest than the Outrider.
Man, that's a lot of damage.
The Razor Crest has a double focus on it.
I can't believe you just rolled that. That's enough to kill Chewie, too.
Yep.
Well, that might be game right there.
I mean, I still had 2 cards in hand to reroll with. It's not that unlikely. But yeah.
No, yeah, it's definitely not. Yeah. Well, sorry, I'm just trying to math right now.
No problem.
Do you just kill Chewie, or do you get greedy and try to reset and kill them both this turn by splitting the damage? Well.
I'm absolutely just going to put 3 into the Afro and force him to decide if he wants to.
Kill 1.
Interesting. Okay. I will absolutely resolve 2 in then and see what happens. What I was going to do is I was going to put the 3 into her and force you to decide if you wanted to resolve this or not.
Sure.
But that didn't happen. So Black Crystal.
I just didn't want to risk. Yeah, I just did not want to risk losing
Anything but
Chewie,
discard.
so.
Range kills.
Oh,
Stand up.
no, come on. It was on the 3 indirect.
And that's 5.
Yeah, that's game.
And then this is another rollout. It's crazy because Black Crystal on anything but discard is amazing. And
2.
yeah, that's 2, which puts him to
One
1.
more
Is
damage.
that? In that case, I'm just going to discard to reroll both.
Well, I mean, I can't resolve my damage against
There
you
we go.
now, too, so. Oh, God.
I had
Jeez.
2 parts. So my opening hand had 2 parts Newings. I never got the second one out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty good combo to get out, too, though. These
Yes,
two.
it's pretty good. It's
So-
not as good as the Nemec Manifesto, but it's still good. It's just awkward if you hit the 3 for 1 indirect.
I had my Outrider, but I couldn't get to my money for it.
Yeah,
Did you pull
you ended up not
Blaze
getting
Crest
anything
for
out this
free?
game.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of ramp going. But
You got that
especially
first 5 money, and I was very scared, and then you just didn't get anything else.
I didn't have anything big in my hand last turn. I had that's all I had was the Veteran of War.
Yeah, and I can keep going for a very long time. 11 health is... I've got 8 health left. That's an insane amount of health.
8 health, yeah. Yeah, if I would have gotten 2 of these out, that's when it starts getting scary.
Yeah. Like the Aphra didn't get to do anything this game. It pinged me like twice. Like I'm still here, and I'm still sitting on my lavish capes, my Luke's offers, my IB94s, and my courage.
Oh, just for shields and stuff. Yeah.
Courage is amazing in this deck. Courage is one of those cards where I saw it and I'm like, I don't think there's any possible character that can break this card, even though it looks really good. But then BK breaks the card, I think.
For resolve, this die increases by 1 if the opponent has a die showing damage. I mean, it's pretty decent, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good die, and it's got +1 health. Like,
for one
in the current meta, I would say that the only person that can really run this is Emphys, maybe.
If you're not playing other upgrades, like if you're playing a support deck,
that's
solid,
the problem.
You know, for one. But if you're playing other upgrades and you run out of upgrade spots, it's not the greatest.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if you're playing this on something like a Luke or something, it's like, I'd rather play like Atarus and stuff, you know? But on BK, this is beautiful. This is amazing.
But on this, you want the health. It's almost always
I have a 1 in 6 of getting 2 shields sometimes, and then otherwise I'm just
and you're almost always going to get 2 damage out of it because people are always, unless you're playing a mill deck, they're almost always going to have damage sides. So yeah, it's definitely decent because you don't have a ton of upgrades in this, do you? Darksaber's great value.
Darksaber, the 2 courages, the 2 blaster pistols. And then the Nemec Manifesto and the Lavish Capes. And Nemec Manifesto is a +1 upgrade limit.
Yeah, that gives you a +1 upgrade limit, so that's pretty much doesn't take up space. Yeah, I would have liked to get another assassin or 2 out, but also my tech teams and merchants just for the ramp.
Yeah, you just didn't find it.
5 resources is great, but you want like consistent ramp like tech teams and merchants that are going to keep giving you money each round.
Yeah, and that's something I really like about this deck is that a lot of Black Kristan decks have trouble spending that 2 resource side. This deck has no problem spending that 2 resource side.
Oh, this would have been nice too. Get these, remember these babies?
Yeah.
Especially when you have a Fortitude out.
That's Black Kristan's big weakness, is that you can lose both of his dice. I have no resilience in here.
Was this ever active? This was active with this, wasn't it?
Yes.
He came out.
Yes.
He came out a while ago.
Yes.
So technically, you could play Wolfaro, Chewy, and him, and then have these in there just for it to be on automatically.
It's not a card that exists anymore. But yes.
Not now. So not in ARH standard, but for like this mode that we were playing.
Yeah. Well, that's what it did. It used to play Wolfaroo Tarful with Valorous Tribe and Black Kristan, and have the Feat of Strengths and the medkits and all that lot.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and the medkits and everything.
It used to run 1-die Black Kristan most of the time.
Yeah, because 19 was just, or 29 was just a little bit too much for that.
A 2-die deck.
Well, I don't know why though. I mean, this is only what 2 health more. It's 14. Yeah, because Chewy's 13. It's 1 health more. Because Chewy's 13.
Yeah, you're not necessarily wrong.
But yeah, I think it's the plot that really helps us. This and blue, like I said, Sanctuary is great with
I basically play a BK deck that starts with 2 extra resources and has 2 extra character dice on it. It's crazy. They didn't do anything this game, but they're good dice.
Yeah, they did at the end. They started rolling out. But yeah, in the beginning.
Gungry decks. Dice.
Well, I don't know. To be fair though, like you hit the 2 resource side, which is early on is probably one of the better things, which is why you were able to get 2, because you power action hit the 2 resource, and then you got that's when you got the U-wing out.
The Pathfinder, yeah.
No, you got this out with the plot, and then
I got the plot. I got the U-wing out with the plot. You always want to play. You always want to prioritize U-wings over Pathfinders.
I agree with that. I just thought you played this with the plot.
Nah, I played the U-wing with the plot. I played this with the thing because I would always prioritize U-wing first, because in case you draw that manifesto, and the U-wing die itself is kind of just better than the Pathfinder die.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, if we play each other again, I don't think. Well, because the league just reset. If we play each other again this month in the league,
Yeah, I
you
might
should
join
play
it
this
this next
against me.
time. I don't know. I
I'll say you should.
yeah.
I
But
just like if we can make like if you want to make a gentleman's agreement. Normally, we want it to be random decks, but I would
yeah.
like to test the Qui-Gon deck into that at the same time.
Sure, sure. We can do that sometime if I'm playing that.
Because like I said, the Qui-Gon deck. I know you said you play Qui-Gon and he doesn't do he like never wins or whatever, but like
I mean,
besides
to be fair,
being,
I haven't played him
besides being,
in this meta where he got points decreased again. I
yeah, he's
used to
just
play him with Biru. I used
he's
to
one of
play
my
him with Biru and Profitable Connections, and the idea was that I do basically what you did. I'm like, yeah, I can turn one. No, it wasn't profitable. It was path. Yeah, it was path. And I was like, yeah, I can turn one Ataru Mastery. Yeah, because Biru gives me a resource when I activate her. But yeah, other than that, it was just kind of worse. It had some neat
yeah, I
stuff
just
like
like I said,
you could put an Ataru on Biru and then roll out Biru and then play a zero cost harness the force as a result to immediately resolve it. That was
yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, what I think's really made Qui-Gon right now is one, resilience is huge. Like I said, being able to
Mm.
guarantee one of his dice are going to be out there. Um, and then actually that might be is Sanctuary from the newest set.
Yep.
So I have Sanctuary. So Sanctuary with the plot is amazing, and then Resilience. I think everything else might be older cards. Like they're not from the set.
Yeah, but
But
he
yeah,
got the points reduced by one, so you was able to actually do that pairing.
with Terra was also huge. Just being able
Yeah.
to turn on Grow Beyond for him.
Yeah, yeah. You did not have that pairing at 2 dice before.
Yeah, I mean you could have, but you wouldn't have had a plot, right? You could have done like
Yes.
whenever because Ayla's been on the reprint for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you could do Ayla, but like it just doesn't feel as good
Just don't,
as
if you don't
that
have
with
the plot, it's so much worse.
Path to Mastery. It's just like if you get Ataru Mastery turn one, just being able to play it right away
It's a
on
very
Qui-Gon and
strong
like max
plot.
shields and then get your money back is just it's bonkers.
Yep, absolutely.
So awesome, man. Well, I appreciate all the games.
Yeah,
It was
man.
fun.
Yeah, man. Good games. Good games. Thank you for playing.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Good luck in the league.
Yeah, you too, man. If you play,
Because this isn't double elimination, right? Or is it?
I don't think so. He didn't say anything about it, so.
Yeah, do we have the brackets? It's on challenge. Well, let's take a quick look. Yeah, there's no double elimination. Yeah, the old one was double elimination.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh, I've got to
Oh
wait
yeah,
for Jeff.
I wasn't in the last Invitational because I pretty much went like a year plus without playing in any of the leagues. I just started playing again in I think December. I started playing in some of the leagues. So
I'm not entirely sure how I qualified to get into this one, but I did. 'Cause I don't play the leagues very often.
I think it'd be fun because I know they said in the leagues technically I think in the rules you can choose what format you play as long as it's a legal format. So like because I think there was even a thing where if you and your opponent want to play Smash, you could in a league game. Which I would also take that to believe if you wanted to play Infinite with your opponent, you could like one of the legal Infinite formats.
Yeah.
But nobody ever does. I wonder if they should add something like this to where you can play if your opponent agrees to it. You guys can grab a standard deck from anywhere in time and play it.
I think realistically, so long. The thing is, we can't police anything, right? So long as you agree, whatever, you could play a game of rock paper scissors to figure it out.
Yeah, it would if that was the case, it would just be like it would be like, hey, submit your deck list to RT just to make sure that you didn't have anything illegal in it or something. But then that just puts a lot more work on him. He's already doing a lot. But yeah. No, yeah, like I said, I love playing Black K. I don't know why I didn't think about you can use the power action to kill your own characters. I never once thought about that.
Yeah, so. It's a changer. It's a changer because then it forces your opponent to resolve damage into the not PK for a while.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's why I thought I was gonna be solid, man. I was like, oh, this is a great start getting Assassin Droid out turn 2, just ping and kill Jawa. Yeah, I was just picking off your little characters with like ping damage. So I was like, oh, and then all my Afro pings were gonna go into him, and then I just ran out of droids. I was like, where are my droids at?
Just completely. Your deck just face planted on turn 3. It just didn't do anything turn 3, and I'm like, okay.
I used to have a lot more
headstrong,
like
Type
1 drop droids in there, but like I was like the droids aren't great, so are they really worth the 1 indirect and stuff? I play 1 bucket because it also can heal the damage off the Fluttercrafts, so you can just keep healing. And then I do play 2 of the 3PO ones to where because with the battlefield, it's just more healing and extra cards to get to your assassin droids faster. Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, I really like that pairing though. Do you know? So did you see this like last month's league? How RT put like 5 cards in there, like Valor's Tribe and stuff that we were going to be testing to see if it would come back. Do you know? Have you heard anything if they are going to come back into Echoes?
I haven't a clue what you're talking about. I'm going to be honest with you.
No. Well, in this last league, we were using July's league to test some cards that could potentially come back.
Okay,
So
cool.
Valor's Tribe was one of them. Fortitude was another.
Hmm.
There was 3 others. I forget what they were. But yeah, there was like
Just
4 or
don't
5
have
cards
Wookiees.
they wanted. I guess we were going to use the league as just a testing platform on whether to make sure there was nothing crazy broken probably with them.
Yeah, I have
Thinking about
absolutely no
bringing them
clue,
back.
man. I'm sorry.
But I would love to see like Valor's Tribe come back. It'd be really fun.
Not a clue.
Oh, okay.
Didn't even know that was
Very
a
well
thing going on. Sorry.
It's all good, man. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here, man. Again, appreciate the games.
Yeah. Good game, man.
All right. Bye.
Well, guys, you guys got a lot of games out to make up for the fact that I'm really bad at uploading. This has been me, Gameslay99, aka No Brainer. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope this recording has come out well, because I just thought about the fact that I just spent so long on recordings, even though this is effectively a completely new setup, because my Windows died. Thank you for watching. Signing off.